Hari Om everyone. Hari Om. At least some with a smile, some gesture so that I can connect. Yes. Thank you, Hari Om. Yes, Arya ji, Krishna ji. Thank you for writing and thank you others. Thank you. So we are back and so beautifully I heard Swamiji's last portion also. So beautifully Swamiji said how we can bring CVP into various activities of the school, various programs of the school throughout. Okay. But right now, this little 45 minutes that I have it, I'm generally taking one demo class where we are trying to see how we can blend CVP into our teaching itself. So I'm taking a chapter, how I can bring a lot of or all or maximum components of CVP. So just to clarify one or two things, CVP is not an activity. Okay, it's not an activity. It's the attitude. It's a vision behind whatever we are doing. So it's not one activity. Okay, one activity we did and CVP is over. It's not CVP is an activity, but whatever we are doing, the vision behind it, okay, the attitude behind it is a CVP. Clear? Is that first part okay? It's not like one sports day is coming, one CVP day will be there and that day we will do. It's not that. Same way, second one, it's not like a patch up work. You know how we do some makeup up or patch up. It's not that. Or like we have made a kheer, beautiful kheer, and on the top let some toppings we put it. It's not that. So CVP is not that patch up or top up or something. CVP is actually the essence. So now if you're making a kheer, it's not that little kaju badam which is going on the top, but that essence, the sugar itself, the milk itself, that's CVP. That also we have to remember. Okay. And same way, CVP is not portion based, like how your classes are. Like my subject is portion based. So I finish my subject. I say, oh, my maths syllabus is over. Oh, economics syllabus, I'm finished with it. My accountancy syllabus is over. You can never say, oh, my CVP syllabus is over. So CVP is not like a syllabus based that it will somehow somewhere get over. It's not. Till the moment we are there, from the morning till the evening, even homework, when they're at home, when they're in the school, CVP can continue. So it's not the portion based. At the same time, it's a different, when I'm talking about value based education and value education, there's a difference. Value education is syllabus based. You have something, you have a topic, your topics gets over, it gets over. But value based education is what we are taking. Whatever we are teaching, how to bring CVP. So right now, what I am doing right now, it's not value education class. I'm taking value based education. So when I am dealing with one subject, my topic in my subject, how will I blend CVP? Okay. So you may see I may blend a lot of components of CVP, but it doesn't mean every day, whatever you're going into the class and teaching, all 7 pillars should be, connected or should be brought in somehow. Oh, I should see to it in 35, 40 minutes, physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. It's not like that. Okay. And in the end, or some teachers think that, okay, after my class is over, I will ask them, now my topic is over, now let's do CVP. And at the end, 5 minutes of CVP. It's not that. While teaching itself, blend all the aspects of CVP. Okay, is this part also clear? And at the same time, last time also Swamiji mentioned, and in CRS also we do the same. We do not take period wise bringing CVP, but chapter wise. So if you have a small topic or a chapter, in that chapter, when I'm teaching this entire chapter or this particular concept, how I can bring CVP. And it's not that everything has to be brought in, but maximum what I can. Some very unknowingly we are bringing already. Some element just goes in. But some consciously, if you think over it with the parallel teachers or little just putting your mind in, you will see easily you can bring in. Okay, so it's not going to be time consuming. It's just blending in your teaching. Fine. It's just like one click happens and then the child gets to know something very beautiful, which might not have even taken, but might not have even took some 1 or 2 minutes of your. Fine. Is it okay? Can we begin now? You have to give me some green signal. Yes. Can we go ahead? Thank you. So you all are working in the college. You all are wonderful, contributor to the education. Okay, beautiful work is being happening from all. Okay, so today, enjoy, be with me, participate as more like a student. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to start with the 12th grade topic, economics. Even if you're science student rather, don't worry about it. You will still understand, okay? So I know some physics, chemistry teacher, what is economics? I'm going to do it. But don't worry. I know towards the end you will say, it's a cool subject. Wish I wouldn't have had physics. I would have had economics as my second choice. You'll see that, okay? So let's begin. Now, my first question. I know pandemic is there, COVID is there, and I know moving out has become a little difficult, but this is an imaginary situation, something that makes us happy. It's okay to imagine, okay? So I'm making you imagine. Let's assume some magic happens and this COVID is out, completely out, okay? And now I'm the happiest person because I really want a good break. I really want. Okay, many of you will agree with me. So I'm thinking of which place should I go for my break. And I really want to travel because that's my interest, that's my passion. Okay. Now I'm thinking of, I don't want to go abroad too far and a lot of other rules, regulations, fine. I don't want to go in India right now. So I want to go to somewhere neighboring countries of India. So I'm giving you my neighboring country right now is Sri Lanka and Maldives. So quickly write in the chat box suggesting me. But listen to me, I'm a middle class person, okay? So I don't have a big bank balance, fine? So a middle class person, should I go to Maldives or should I go to Sri Lanka? So write SSS or MMM, M for Maldives, S for Sri Lanka, or you can write full word also. So let me see, people are suggesting me, good. Sri Lanka, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Maldives, okay? Maldives. Ayyo, Sri Lanka. Maldives, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Ayyo, but stop. I was very clear before asking your question. Now you have confused me because when you give me a choice, confusion begins. Yes, that's also one of the things of economics. Problem arises wherever there is a choice. So my question is what to do? You're giving me such a complicated situation. So now I want some of you to write, whoever suggested me to go to Sri Lanka. Why you want me to go to Sri Lanka? You write the reason. Write the reason. Only those who wrote Sri Lanka, okay? Maldives, you don't support. Don't worry. Okay, your turn is why you want me to go to Maldives. Greenery, very good. Sri Lanka is very, very green. Okay, someone is writing. I think that's an economics teacher. Okay, someone more. Come on. Green. Think just layman. Come on. Sri Lanka, why should I go? You don't know Sri Lanka has a Chinmaya mission ashram there. It has a Ramboda temple there. It has a beautiful Hanumanji statue there. Travel expenses are less, beautiful heritage. Okay, so low cost, fine, economical, very cheaper. Very good, thank you. Now, people who wrote Maldives, can you please tell me? No, stop, okay? Otherwise, both answers will merge. Stop now. Why should I go to Maldives? Go on, quickly write. Many of you suggested Maldives for me. Come on, beaches, beautiful, ma'am. I also like it. Yes, come on, something more that I should go for. That's it, Maldives for beaches. You have explored. Okay, fine. Come on, something more in Maldives. Beautiful place, fine. Okay, now we'll stop. Okay, so you suggested me to go to Maldives, or you suggested me to go to Sri Lanka. There was one person in between, very nicely wrote about comparing the cost and something else, you know, saying that it's cheaper, it's economical. Okay, so being a middle class person right now, if I have to take a choice between Sri Lanka and Maldives, I prefer Sri Lanka. Okay, being a middle class person with low budget right now, I want to have Sri Lanka as my choice. Now the question comes, why Sri Lanka? Fine, so I'm going to share quickly my screen and you can see it. I'll keep coming back to you. Okay, so don't put your video off. Okay, I want to see you. So which one should I visit? So you people said that this is what I need to keep in mind. 1 Indian rupee is 2.71 Sri Lankan rupees. Okay, and 4.72 Indian rupee is 1 Maldivian rupiah. This is called as exchange rate. Okay, so what does it mean? If I go to Sri Lanka and I pick up a nice, showpiece, and I say, how much is it? And that their currency, if they'll say 2.71 Sri Lankan rupees, okay, what will I do? Half of it, less than actually. So I'll just say, hey, that's 200. If they are saying 200, it means nearly 100, less than 100. Great. So I have to convert like that. But here, multiply by 4.72. They say something 100. Maldivian rupiah means it is nearly 500 rupee. I have to see. So here I'm almost dividing. Here I'm almost multiplying. Okay. So I can see that this is called exchange rate. Value of one currency with respect to another currency. Okay. So I can see Sri Lanka in terms of this thing. I will find it's more cheaper. That's what someone mentioned. Thank you. Now I'm going further. So this is called as exchange rate. That's a chapter in my 12th grade. So how will I be teaching this chapter to my children? Now I'm not going to teach because it will take me 7 at least period to teach. But this is my introductory chapter or a class where I'm giving an introduction. What is the meaning of it? Some terms which are related to exchange rate, and at the same time, what is a major cause which is related to us? There are 3-4 causes, but I'm taking only one cause which affects and which is connected with all of us. Okay, that's the objective of my chapter. Now you can see beautiful currencies here. Okay. When we are talking about exchange rate, we can see pound here. We can at the same time see Korean won here. We can see Taiwan dollar here. We can see Chinese yuan here. We can see different symbols. Now you tell me, who is this man? Anyone in the chat box? Anyone in the chat box, or unmute and say if you can. Anyone can recognize this person? I'll give you otherwise the answer. It's Uday Kumar. He's the one who designed our beautiful symbol of rupee. Before we were writing RS. Do you remember that? We used to write R and S and dot. But now this beautiful R symbol with the line inside. That symbol is designed by him. So he's the one who gave. Now I'm looking at my India's exchange rate. From 48 onwards, I'm seeing. So this is dollar with rupee. That's called exchange rate. So if I see $1 is 3 rupees 30 paisa. That means that was a rupee, okay? And the dollar conversion in 48. So if I wanted to buy $1 good, I had to give 3 rupees 30 paisa. 49, I had to give 3 rupees 67 paisa. When I came to 50, 56, 66, I had to give 4 rupees 76. When I came to 95, 32 rupee, I had to give for $1. Now, if I go to 2020, I'm seeing that I have to give 72 rupee. I can keep going down, but I can see, my God, for buying the same $1 good, I have to pay 72 rupee. Now, if you see this number is going up, 3 rupee, 4 rupee, 8 rupee, 40 rupee, 50 rupee, 60 rupee, 70 rupee. Anytime the number goes up, I got 30%, then 40%, then 80%, then 90% I'm getting. The number goes up is always a joy for us. But here the number is going up. Is it a concern or is it a joy? Is a question. So our currency, though the rate, if you see the number, the value is going high, the exchange rate is going high, but if you see actually the value is going down, that means this 3 rupee has no value, this 12 rupee has no value, this 48 has no value in buying the dollar. I have to pay for $1 72 rupee. The value has gone down. So you can see the graph also. So our value, the rupee value has gone down. That's called depreciation because of the market forces. Whereas if I'm taking dollar, the value is going up. It's called appreciation. So now the question comes, why this is continuously, our rupee is continuously depreciating? Why is it depreciating? That's the question. So in our book also, in our syllabus, a lot of reasons are given, but one reason is connected to our lifestyle, our choices. So we are only focusing on that part. Okay, so why is it going down? So now we are going to have an activity. Okay, so each one of you, please be ready. I just typed in the Google, which are the top 10 brands of soap in India, which people use. So I got these as my answer. Hamam, Dove, Peer, Lux, Medimix, Synthol, Lifebuoy, Dettol. These are the top 10 brands. Now I'm going to come back to you quickly and I want you to put it in the chat box. Which soap do you use? Which one you use? Huh? Don't see what was written in that. Which one do you use? Just write the name of your soap that you're using. Lux, 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 Dove, 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 Chandrika, Synthol, Dove, Medimix, Dove, Peers. Okay, great, Medimix, Lux. Okay, whatever you are using, body wash or a soap or something. Okay, great. Thank you. I got what you are using as a soap. Okay, now I'm going back again and I'm going to show you my next slide and I'm going to again put a question for you. Okay, so be ready. Now I want you to see this top brand of shampoo. I can see all of your hair, very black and nice hair you have. Okay, so now I can see the top brand in India. So there is this Garnier, there's Pantene, there is L'Oreal, there is Himalaya. These are the top ones which generally in India is preferred. Now my question to you, come on, go back to the chat and write which shampoo are you using? Okay, Himalaya, Patanjali, Real, okay, Dove, Pantene, fine. Continue writing. Clinic Plus, Himalaya, very good. Himalaya, Patanjali, okay, Dove, L'Oreal, fine. Himalaya, Patanjali. Very good. Now we will stop. Okay. Now all of you show me your beautiful smile with the teeth. I can see your beautiful smile. Come on. Smile. Nothing costs you. Yes, I can see the shining teeth. Okay. So now you know what am I going to ask you. You all must be aware. Okay. So now I will first show you the India survey. Okay. So these are the toothpaste. Okay, you can see Oral-B, Sensodyne, Meswak, Dabur, or Colgate, Pepsodent, Close-Up, very top brands in India. Now your concept, what are you using? Come on, write it. Meswak, okay, Dabur, Close-Up, Sensodyne, Colgate, Patanjali, Sensodyne, okay, Red Dabur, fine, Meswak, fine, Pepsodent, fine, Dabur. Very good. Now you can stop. Okay, you can stop. Let's say you have a teenager at home. And they want to go for a nice party with their friends and they want to go for some, a joint or a food joint where they can nicely buy something and eat something. Okay, they want to go for some instant wherever they get it and they want to eat. So with their friends, they want to go, teenager friend. What do you think mostly which is their hangout place where they would like to go with their friends and eat and have a nice time? Come on, write it. General teenagers. Now I'm asking general teenagers, Places they like: Pizza Hut, very good; McDonald's, CCD, malls, Pizza Hut, cafe coffee day, okay, Pizza Hut, Domino's, McDonald's. Perfect. These are the places that they generally like to go. Do you agree with me? You ask the people where they want to go for a visit. They say somewhere abroad, somewhere here. Okay, perfect, perfect. Come on, come on, come on. Now you can stop it. Okay, I'm again coming back. Now, this is what our life is. Now, please pay attention. This was the soap I showed you. And if you see this, Dove is not Indian. It's not an Indian product. If you see, the producers are British Dutch multinational. Okay, they produce. Pears is again not Indian. Mysore Sandal, yes, Karnataka Soap and Detergent Limited. It's Indian. Lux, Unilever. Santur is Wipro, Indian. Okay, Ajinji. And Medimix, again Indian. Synthol is Godrej. But again, you see, all these are not. So Hammam, we think, low, we have been using from long, it's Indian. Sorry, it's not Indian. Lifebuoy is not Indian. Dettol is not Indian. These are not Indian. So when we buy such things, we're actually buying a foreign good. You have to remember this. Same way, shampoo. If you see all this, your Garnier, your all of it, except this Himalayas and Patanjali, can you see? And beside that, now there are a lot more other things also which comes in. These are Indian. Okay, but otherwise these are all which are the top brands are not. Clinic Plus, someone wrote, not Indian. Same way, when you see, generally I used to think of Colgate. No, India ka yoga from childhood I've been using. Sorry, Colgate is not an Indian. Close-Up is not Indian. Pepsodent is not Indian. Babool, Meswak, Dabur, all these are Indian. Himalayas, Patanjali, they are Indian. These are not Indian. So most of us are not buying Indian. When you said McDonald's, you wrote so many things. You wrote about McDonald's, you wrote about KFC, you wrote about so many things, whatever you were writing. Please remember, they are not again Indian. Coke, Pepsi, which drink you like? Coke, Pepsi, Indian, not Indian. They are not Indian. Okay, so what happens? The things that we eat, the things that we wear, the things that we use, if you see, maximum things in our lifestyle itself is not an Indian product. We're buying all foreign goods. Okay, this is what is a concern which I wanted to show. Maximum amount of money goes only in these things. Okay, so now I'm coming to another beautiful concept. Okay, now I'm showing you what happens. Fine. So yes, now you can see this. Now what happens when you buy foreign product? Okay, so now I'm taking first about, let's say I'm just shifting my this thing and I'm going into, let's say I want to go on a tour now. So where should I go on a tour? So I have something called Spain here. Now, what is Spain good for? Is a question. So what is Spain good for? So when I was just, going into, I saw it's beautiful museums are there, palaces are there, mosques are there, and I have to buy euro. So what I do, I go to the foreign exchange market and I give rupee there and I buy euros from there and I go and visit. If I want to go to US for what? Maybe basically educational purpose or for the tourism. So I pay here rupee, get $1 from the exchange market. Same way I want to be in India itself. India is such a beautiful country. I hope you'll agree. We have not even explored India. Yeah. And the beauty is, if you see the north, you just go on the top and you see beautiful snow-clad mountains. You come down south, our backwater falls. You come to this side, eastern side, you will see such beautiful forests. You come to this side, you'll see Rajasthan, the desert. Everything is in India. You don't have to go to different country to experience snow and backwater and forest and everything. Everything is in India. So if I go to India, what will happen? If foreigner comes to India, what will happen? And this is my last part, which maybe I want to go to Japan. Why I want to go to Japan? It says yen is a currency. So I have to buy yen and give my rupee. So yen, I want to go to because of Buddhist shrines, because of, a lot of God. I heard that in Japan, it says 80% god that they worship is Indian, and their 7 gods of fortune is also out of that 2. Saraswati ji and Kubera ji is Indian. So a lot of things are there. So I want to read, I want to see their spiritual whatever. So I want to go there. If I go there, I have to buy the year from yen. Okay, so I can see what is happening. So I'm closing my screen and coming back to you to connect with you. You know what do you see? Anything that is demanded more, price goes high. Please pay attention. We all start demanding now. Let's say ragi is very healthy. I'm going to demand ragi. Everyone, bajra, ragi, millets. We start. Earlier it was a farmer's food, yeah. But now we suddenly started thinking it's more healthy. So we start demanding ragi, millets, bajra. What has happened when you start demanding? The price of that goes higher. Do you agree with me? Anything you demand more, price goes higher, assuming the supply is constant. Take the other way. Anything you supply too much supply, what will happen? It loses its value, the price goes high, low, price falls down. Is this much okay? Too much of supply, price goes down. Too much of demand, price goes high. That's a basic logic. Yes, now you remember that exchange rate market which I said. When I buy foreign good, when I go abroad, what am I doing? I'm supplying rupee and I'm demanding dollar. Supply rupee, supply rupee, supply rupee, value of rupee is going down. I'm demanding dollar, the value of dollar is going high. That's what is happening. But when I change it and I attract people coming to my country, foreigners coming to my country, they will demand rupee and they will supply their dollar. So it will change. Till this point, are we clear? We'll explore more. But till this point, are we clear? Nod your head or show me some reaction button so that I know. Perfect? Yes, thank you. Now let's go back again to explore further. So we have understood what happens, okay? So now this is called as demand and supply. As I just now shared with you, whenever I demand something too much, the currency starts appreciating. In terms of currency also, the same thing happens. And too much of supply, depreciation. And that's what is happening in that exchange rate or exchange market. Too much of rupees going and demand is of the foreign currencies are becoming more. When the government does it purposely, then it's called revaluation, devaluation. When government purposely, this is because of the market force, but government does it, then the other words which we use it called revaluation, when the currency appreciates, that means the value of currency goes up, or when the government purposely devalue its currency, lower its values currency, then it's called devaluation. So this is by government, this is by market force. Now, just a glance I'm showing you. In India, if you see, our continuously going down because of our import and export. Too much is imported, less is exported. I'm just focusing on, I'm not getting into this part, but yes, what are the things that we are exporting? What are the things we are importing? And there's a big gap here, which we can see, and our currency is continuously falling, okay? What is a solution is a question. What is a solution? So now I'm showing you, we can move from, there are two things, two solutions, move to our beautiful, we had such beautiful tradition. If you get into our culture, you'll see such wonderful thing that we were using from our grandparents, grandmother, great grandmother's time. Can we move from chemical to our own products first? And second, again, imported good to our own Indian made good. Can we do that? These are the two solutions. So if you see kadla mava, this people used to, when children also, now also some places you will see grandmothers will apply kadla mava on the babies, while giving the bath, they will put kadla mava. It makes the skin also shine. Even turmeric that they use, henna rather than nail polish, cotton instead of synthetic, rather than refrigerator, you drink the water from the pot, so different. Netikriya instead of nasal, these are all chemicals. At the same time, tamarind rather than dishwashing, or dhupam instead of air freshener, shikaka instead of shampoo. These are one of the things that we can do. Now let's just see this video.
Oh my God!
हर भारतवासी को अपने लोकल के लिए वोकल बनना है।
Yes, so we have to move towards Indian products. So that is what, and our government is also taking this. We will study later what all are the steps the policies which government or the schemes which government is encouraging or starting for helping our export industries, for restricting or limiting our imports also. So there are a lot of such schemes and such policies which we will discuss later. And now these are some great personalities. If you see here, why am I saying great? These are the one, like MNCs. When I say Pepsi or Coke or Colgate, they are all selling the product here. But here are some MNCs which are set up abroad, and they are the one who are bringing foreign currencies inside our country. Whether you name Ratan Tata ji, Ajim Prem ji, Rahul Bajaj ji, Anand Mahindra ji, Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, Ajay Piramid ji, you can keep naming such people. They are the one who are glorifying India, and they are the one who are actually bringing currencies into India. Okay. So now here I will just take one example which is very, 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 very dear to my heart, and it's also very inspiring when I heard about this. You might have heard about Ratan Tata in the during a particular phase. Okay, it says that there was a economic crisis, the financial crisis which he was facing in his company, and because he was facing financial this thing, what happened was he was ready to sell his Tata. To whom? Anyone remembers? To whom he was ready to sell? In 19, he was ready to sell his Tatas to someone. Can anyone put it in the chat box if anyone remembers? I'm waiting. Come on, quickly write me. Do you remember whom he was ready to sell? So it says in 1999, around 1999, our Ratan Tata ji, actually with his team of people, he went to Ford. It's a Detroit. Okay, he went to Ford company. He met the chairman of Ford, and he wanted to sell off his Tatas. Okay, his car, his company, whatever, he wanted to sell off because he realized that he's into financial this thing, and he wanted to give away. It says that such a humiliation he faced there, that they said you don't even have idea, you don't even have good imagination. All that humiliation came into him, and he did not do anything. He came back to country. Just 9 years later, I'm actually saying in 9 years, okay, Tata bought this US giant brand, that is our Jaguar Land Rover. They bought that, okay, in $2.3 billion. This is what he is. So he was not able to give that, but he bought that. This is how our great personality is, okay. So you can see how our Indians are creating that brand name all over the country, all over the world. Okay, now moving to the next part. But before I come here, I want to take a test, fine, because I like to see whether you've understood something that whatever I said right now. Okay, so I'm going to quickly throw some questions, only 4 questions. You have to write A or D. What is A, D? Can anyone tell me? You have to write A or D. A means appreciation. Someone is moving the lips. Okay, and D means depreciation. Okay, appreciation or depreciation you have to write. All Indian people suddenly realize buying khadi will be great, okay, or khadi product are the best products. So everyone starts buying from now khadi. What will happen? Come on. A. You also get A. Very good. Okay, stop now. Now don't continue. Otherwise, now next answer it will get confusion. Okay, next one. All our teenagers somehow starts all their parties, all everywhere, wherever they are eating, drinking, they realize that, hello, pizza, burgers, Coke, Pepsi are the best. And suddenly this craze and fashion comes into mind, and all teenagers are only going for all pizza and Coke and burgers and Pepsi and Coke. What will happen to the, again, currency value? Okay, come on, write. D. Okay, stop now. Okay, now stop. Next one. I'm going to increase the difficulty level because I can see you all are doing well. Okay, so I have to change. Okay, so now let's assume in India, inflation happens. Now you say, what is inflation? Assume the meaning, the layman's language, if I want to say, the price level of everything is going high. Everything is becoming expensive. So price level itself is going high. Okay. So inflation is happening in India. So now go one step. What will Indians start doing then if inflation is happening? Everything is expensive. Will foreigners buy our product? Difficult. Will we buy imported good now? We'll start buying imported good because that's cheaper. Now come on, tell me what will happen to India's currency. We are buying more imported good. No, foreigners are buying our goods. So inflation, how it's connected. D. Oh, you all are great. You all are getting full points now. Now stop. You have seen sometime our Amitabh Bachchan and so many other people. They they promote India and Indian tourism. You might have seen sometime Gujarat, sometime different places. So we have all Indian promotion happening, and we attract foreigners to come to India. So all foreigners starts coming to India. Come on, they come to see Taj Mahal, they come to see, South, so many places. They come to Kerala to see back waterfall. What will happen? You get full marks. Thank you. You all are doing very great, exceptionally brilliant. Now this is a little tough question. What is the significance of year 1905 and 2020? Little complicated, okay? But any guesses? What is the significance of these 2 years? Is there any significance of these 2 years? Little complicated, but I don't know whether you can. But the actual answer is in 1905, Gandhiji, our Mahatma Gandhiji started Swadeshi movement. You remember boycott foreign good. That was in that year, 1905. Come on, boycott foreign good, buy Indian, be Indian. And same thing, Atmanirbhar Bharat. If you remember, this present government also 2020 encourage Atmanirbhar Bharat, be Indian, buy Indian product. So both the years you can see the same feel. Now my class at this point of time, I will end it, but at the same time, I will give you a small activity which you have to do it for the next class and come, okay? You have to prepare a beautiful advertisement, fine, for Be Indian, Buy Indian. Because now we are not in the campus, so it's going to be digital. You have to make a 45-second video of maximum 4 participants with the jingle, logo, etc. Okay, and make a beautiful 45-second beautiful advertisement why we should buy Indian and be Indian. Okay, so make an advertisement. The rubrics are here. Based on it, each one of you, each group will get the marks. Okay, now these are print posters, but right now I don't want you to make print. I want you to make ads. Fine. So promote Indian product, make a beautiful, most beautiful product with a good jingle, with a good logo, with everything good. Fine. I'll stop, but there is one question which I'm throwing it for you to come prepared next time. Why Chinese government devalues its currency? Sometime back, if you remember, few years back, Chinese government, I am giving a talk here to appreciate our currency. But there is Chinese government devalued its own currency, reduced its currency. Why? Big question mark. Second question, I'm again putting it up. When currency starts appreciating, is it always going to benefit? There are some disadvantage also of appreciation of currency. If currency gets appreciated too much, there will be some disadvantage. Can you think of some disadvantage of appreciation of currency? These are the 2 questions which we are going to take up in our next class. Okay. Now we understood what is the concept of exchange rate. My question to all of you again, I'm coming back to all of you. Have you understood the concept of exchange rate and why our currency is falling down? Right? Yes. If you've understood, did you understand how I am responsible for devaluation of my currency or depreciation of my currency? Yes. Now stop. So you understood. Now my next question. How do you feel at this point? I'm not interested in what will you do. Huh? How do you feel after listening to this class? How do you feel? I want you to write your feeling. What comes to your heart after listening for this 40 minutes of class? Interesting. Okay. Anywhere, anything? No, I don't want to know how my class was. Okay. Very crystal clear, interesting. No. I want to know, do you feel you are responsible or not? Buying Swadeshi. Okay. Fine. Okay. We should buy. Okay. Now stop. Now my last question with which I'll stop. My last question is, we understood. There is a knowing. Something touched my heart. Why am I buying foreign good? Fine, something. Or I am equally responsible. My God, I didn't even realize everything around me is foreign. You look at your chappal. If it's Bata, it's foreign. You look at your laptop. You look at your cell phone. You look at your watch. You look at your pen. You look at certain time. Except sometimes there's a local newspaper. Everything around us must be the foreign things. Yes, you go into the bathroom. Everything is foreign. You look at your cupboards, which is all cosmetic. Everything is foreign. So it makes you feel, what am I doing? Now, my last thing, when I taught this to my children asked me this question, but Indian good laptops are not there. In India, laptops are not so good. What should we do? Cell phones are not so good. What should I do? They asked such questions to me. I said, did you find out? Did you explore? Do you even know there are beautiful soaps and shampoos and everything? Do you know? You are eating, burgers and do you know what Indian, restaurants and Indian food is? Did you ever taste it? Do you want to go abroad? Did you explore India? What beautiful places? First, explore and know. Second, if you still don't find any substitute, I told them only one thing. After 3-4 years, become an entrepreneur and produce that. So today you're helpless, but it has touched you somewhere. Become an entrepreneur. You think there are a lot of people like you who want to buy Indian, but there is no Indian substitute. You become an entrepreneur and bring the substitute for foreign product. This is how we can, promote them. Now, your thought. Close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes for a moment. 1 second. Just close your eyes. Visualize your own lifestyle. So many foreign things which we are surrounded by. We are not buying, literally importing, but we are picking up from the malls, from the shop. That's why we're not able to differentiate that it's imported or Indian. Now you know how many things are there. I want you to write within this 1 or 2 weeks time. I'm going to drop these 1 or 2 items from my lifestyle. Okay, don't say today onwards I'm going to buy only Indian. Don't. This is very unrealistic, not measurable. Yes, don't write I'm going to change my soap. Be specific. Okay, fine. I'm change my cosmetic. No, be specific. Toothpaste I'm going to change. Soap I'm going to change. This I'm going to very specific. So what are the items that I'm going to go into more of all my Indian, like in Coimbatore we have Annapurna, Ananda. So many Indian restaurants are there. Isn't it? Same way you might be having it. So more than Pizza Hut and Domino, I'm going to encourage that. You have to think like that. Now, if you thought of it, put it in the chat box. What you're going to do? What change are you going to bring into your lifestyle? Am I clear? And what you write it, you need to. That's why I'm not saying be very unrealistic. Be very realistic, practical. Something that you take is as a wow, I'm going to drop it within 2 weeks of time. I also did this chapter and I realized that my toothpaste was always, Sensodyne or something. Now I changed it to Himalaya and I realized it's so cool and it's so good. So something which I can change immediately. Chalo, change my soap. Okay, Arya, first person. Fine. Something more. Come on. Toothpaste you're going to change. Fine. Something more. Healthy lifestyle. This is for a short run. Long run you can change long. I'm just asking for a short run. Fine. Cookies and biscuits and Indian local products. Very good. I'm going to buy local product. Toothpaste I'm going to. Indian tar. Very good. Toothpaste. Fine. Anything more that you wish to change. Come on, write it fast. Then pots. I'm going to drink. Soap I'm going to change. Fine. Something more. Swadeshi product. Fine. So are you able to see what you're trying to do now? We are going to change from foreign product, not just to Indian, sometimes even local. Okay, great. That is great. I'm just winding up with my session, with my slide. And this is about knowing, feeling, and doing. Only we sometimes teach, and we move out. It doesn't touch somewhere. So when we are teaching our students, knowing should be there, feeling, somewhere heart should get touched. And at the same time, doing. Our lifestyle should change after our class, after our lesson. Then our chapter has the CVP value. Our chapter has changed. It's not about just learning and knowing, but even doing and changing, transforming our life. Now, I'm not just showing you this paper, but you see the last one. When I set a paper, I'm writing, develop a plan by which you will minimize your local, foreign brand. Now, at the same time, I'm not getting into this, but if you see this little chapter had the entire of 21st century skills. It had the entire of, Bloom's taxonomy. It had this multiple intelligence. Everything will come into picture. But if you see about our CVP, whether physical development was there, whether mental, yes, there was some feeling you could feel. And at the same time, when they'll work in a group also, there will be a mental development. Intellectual, I pose 2 questions. Your mind must be thinking, why China, they purposely depreciated their own value or devalued their own value. Spiritual, yes, when we were connecting different countries, I shared some of the aspects of those countries. Physical, yes, I said how when we are buying certain chemicals and other thing, how we can reduce and how it is not fine. Indian culture, yes, I again connected with what are the Indian culture, what are the products which are there from centuries, which our grandfather, grandparents are using, which we can. Patriotism, this entire chapter was patriotism and universal outlook, where we are comparing with other countries. So these 2 are effortlessly coming in. Others can I bring in? That's a concept. Okay. So I will go more. Okay. I'll stop with this point. Though it was eco class, but I know you might have understood. So thank you for that wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Shanti Amma, for that beautiful opportunity that was given. And thank you for all your chats. You were connected. You were responding appropriately. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.